Hey guys, what's up? It is Vlogust day 30. Oh my goodness, we're so close to being done. For those of you who know me in real life and maybe on the internet, you know that I'm a big fan of Animal Crossing, and every single Animal Crossing game, today I thought I would rank them in order from my favorite to my least favorite. When the new one comes out in March, this list is probably going to adjust a little bit, but for right now, this is the way it is, and I just want to see how you guys compare. Maybe you have a different order than me. So, my number one favorite Animal Crossing game that I've played through my whole time playing Animal Crossing, which has been quite a while, is Animal Crossing New Leaf, which is kind of obvious that it would be my favorite. It's a lot of people's favorite, even the people who've been playing like since a population growing. I think that it's a lot of people's favorite because it just added the most to the game, with just like being the mayor and having control over what gets built in your town and where it gets built, whereas in the other games you didn't really have that creative freedom. I also think when they added the QR codes, they increased the amount of creative freedom that you had, because you could make paths and you could make clothes. Not that you couldn't make clothes in the other games, but you could like see other people's work. That, and I think that they just utilized the platform a little bit differently, and I think the game was just very, like, it was just good looking. Like, it looked nice, it felt nice. It was a portable system, which it typically does better than the home consoles. And they changed the height of the character, so it added more clothing options and more ways you could style yourself. And added swimming. So when it added swimming, that was a whole game changer. Can you believe that we couldn't swim for so long? Now it just feels like our God-given right to go swimming. I sure do. But yeah, Animal Crossing New Leaf is by far my favorite. It's the one that I played for the longest, even though I started out with Wild World. It's the one that I always go back to when I go to pick up an Animal Crossing game. Next on my list is Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. It wouldn't have been this way if you would have asked me when the game first came out. I did not like it at all. But since they've started adding a lot more features to the app, I've really been enjoying it, and I play it all the time, more so than I'd like to admit. And I just like all of the little tasks and the way you get to decorate your camper and campsite, and it's easy to take with me, which is why I like it too. And I don't have to whip out my DS in the middle of wherever I am. I can just play on my phone while I'm waiting for something to get done, or if I just get bored. I think that's the biggest reason why I like it, is just because of the accessibility. Whereas with the other games, like, I kind of have to be at home or in a place where I can like sit down and let it load up. It doesn't take as much to turn off, whereas like I have to save and quit. But with Pocket Camp, I can just swipe up the app and it's already saved. So that's kind of why I like it. Accessibility, it's easy, it's convenient. They've added a lot of new features that have made it a better game overall. But I wouldn't say it's anything like an Animal Crossing mainline game. But it is something new. Number 3 is Animal Crossing Population Growing. It was a game that I didn't spend as much time on, because at the time when I was playing it, I had Wild World and City Folk at the time, which were basically just the same game. I had gotten that one when I had those two, and I was trying to play all 3 at once, which just didn't work. It's very time consuming to try to keep up with 3 towns, if you didn't already know that. But I was able to get through some of the cuter little gimmicky things, like morning aerobics or the balls, or all those cute little things that made the first Animal Crossing game so unique in and of itself. And I think that's why it's number 3. It's not necessarily my favorite to play, but the ideas that they had for it I really like, and so that's the 3rd game that I liked the most, just because of the love and care that you can tell went into it, and they weren't really sure if it was going to be like a big game, so they just put everything that they had into it and kind of hoped for the best. 4th game on my list is Animal Crossing City Folk, and that's basically because it was like Wild World but better. It had all of like the normal holidays that we have out in the world, and it just like cleaned up all of those details, and the graphics were so much better. So Wild World was my first game, and it does have Wild World. Wild World was my first game, and so it does have a special place in my heart, but City Folk was just the better version of Wild World, so it's kind of hard to put Wild World anywhere up here on this list. Folk is number 4 because it does have the same nostalgia factor as Wild World, but at the same time has more features and more included into it, and you can go to the city, which I thought was pretty cool at the time because I had never had that option. Also, they haven't really ever brought back the city aspect. They brought back the island, but the city was kind of exclusive to that game. I'd like to see them eventually bring it back in New Horizons. Like maybe that's a feature you can build up to, is that you can go to the city or make a city. I think that would be very interesting. 5 is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, and I put this one on here because it is an Animal Crossing game, even if it is just a spin-off title. I think it added a lot to the franchise. It's not like my favorite game. I can't spend hours playing it. Like I play for maybe like 30 minutes and then I'm kind of like, okay, cool, I'm good. Or if I want to relax, it's a good game to play because it's very like relaxing and cathartic because you're just designing rooms and it's fun. I also think it expanded the boundaries of Animal Crossing in the way that you could decorate your room or house. Because in the games previous to it, we were not able to grid everything out or move it with our stylus. You had to like push it. I'd like to see that come back in the next game as like an added feature. Another thing that they did in Happy Home Designer was they added like you could pick your skin tone and you could design your character exactly how you wanted it to be. So I did like that aspect. I do like the mystery aspect, but I also think that more diverse characters for your main character should be an option for obvious reasons. It's like a beauty company that only has 3 foundation colors. It's not really that great. But I do think overall it did add a lot to the game, even though it is number 5 on my list. I think that the new Animal Crossing game can grow a lot from the features added to this one. So, yeah. Number 6, Animal Crossing Wild World. The place where it all started. I can't remember for the life of me what my town was called. I had peaches and that's what mattered. But Animal Crossing Wild World was where I truly fell in love with the game. I got it when I was like, I was probably in 4th or 5th grade when I got Animal Crossing Wild World. And I played it up until, I think I still gravitated to it more so than City Folk, just because I could take it with me and I would babysit during the day, so I couldn't really take my whole Wii with me. So it was still more of my favorite than City Folk, but overall, City Folk was the better game. But Wild World just gave me the safe place to hang out with my friends and play all these games, and a lot of my friends did have Animal Crossing when we were younger. So we could all play together, and it was just something that we all spent a lot of time doing, and we'd like restart our towns together and build each other's towns up together and go talk to each other's villagers. It was just a great way for all of us to hang out and still have our own little space to be. And it was the first game that actually like made me fall in love with video games, because before then I was like, I'm not very good at these. Because I was like, I'm just not very good at action games. They're hard for me. But this game was so simple and no one was trying to kill me except the tarantulas and the scorpions. But other than that, no one was trying to kill me, no one was trying to beat me. It was something that I could be good at in my own respect, and it wasn't like based on my hand-eye coordination. It was just like, oh, I can make my house look really pretty, or I have this idea, or I did something like this. It was a very like nice outlet to have to play games and still have something to do with my friends, because my friends didn't really play, like we played Call of Duty and stuff, but like I was not really good at that. So it was the first introduction that I had to video games, along with Nintendogs and Pokemon, which are hold 2 very special places in my heart, but Animal Crossing will always be my number 1. That's all. There's no more games. Those are the only ones. There's nothing else that I am putting away. There's nothing that I'm sweeping under the rug. Those are the only 6 games that exist in the franchise and nothing more. And number 7, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys, I've never played Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and I do not plan to. So, do with that what you will. And if you want to educate me on my error of my ways with Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, please feel free. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I don't think I am. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for our last day of Vlogust. Bye!